Hello guys, welcome along to lesson 24 of my series on computer programming tutorials, and a very warm welcome indeed. Okay, this one is, I'm going to show you how to do multi-dimensional arrays. Well, this one's only going to use 2 dimensions, but we can use more. Okay, this one, if you cast your mind back to when we did lesson 15 and we created a very simple quiz program, this one does exactly the same. Well, not exactly the same. It does create a very simple quiz program, and we shall see that we're going to go about this in a different way by using a multi-dimensional array, in this case a 2-dimensional array. This is the program here, as you can see. Now this video is best viewed in full screen, I will say that now, so if you want to see it a little bit more clearly, I would go along and look at it in full screen. I've limited this to a database of 6 questions in total, and it will ask me, of those 6 questions, it will ask 3 random questions. I've done that basically because I'm a bit lazy and I can't be bothered typing everything in. This quiz gives you a question and 4 possible answers. Of course you can put what you want in, of course, but you've got a choice of 4. So really, for 6 questions I've had to type in 30 pieces of data, which is quite a bit. So you can imagine if I had to put in like 20 questions, for instance, to make it look a bit more pleasing to the eye when you're watching this video, I would have had to type in 100 pieces of data, and basically I can't really be bothered at this time of the night to do that for you. So you'll see the basic program working, and you'll see how it actually goes, so it'll give you an idea. The thing I will say is it won't ask the same question twice. I do a check for that. That check is created by these lines here, okay, and it will let it equal to 1. I'll show you all this in a second on the other page. This is F is for flag, so I better start from the beginning, shall I? And we'll just see what we're doing. Obviously we're randomizing it, there's nothing new there. We're dimensioning A dollar. Now A dollar is going to be the array where we hold all of the questions and answers. We hold them in there. A dollar 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, so on and so forth will hold the questions. It's always in A dollar 1. A dollar 2, 3, 4 and 5, comma X will hold the answers, of which one of those will be correct, the other 3 will be false answers. F is our flag, so that we know that the question's been asked before, and A is the position, i.e. whether it's $2, $3, $4 or $5 of the correct answer. We need to know where the correct answer is in the array. You'll see what I mean in a second when I put the diagrams up for you. Okay, so shall we have a quick look at what we've got here for you? What I'm going to do now is have a quick run of the program just to show you it running, and then let me just bring this back into the field of view for you. Okay, so there we go. Man's best friend, which is correct? Is it cat, dog, owl or woman? Of course you can type anything you want in here, but I haven't done any error checking in this at all. That's for you to play about with and improve on it if you wish. We've covered all that in past lessons, so I don't really need to cover that now. Okay, which is correct? Well, obviously it's dog. One thing I must say, you must type it in exactly as it's written here. In other words, if it's a capital, then you must put a capital in. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll enter that in. It pauses for a second or two. Largest ocean, which is correct? Pacific, Atlantic, Indian or Arctic? Well, Pacific. Okay. And the next question, Beatles submarine, which is correct? Yellow, green, blue or red? Okay, well, let's try for yellow. And it comes up, you got 3 right. Now, shall we just try and get one wrong to show that it does come up? It doesn't just give you 3 right every time. Again, just bear with me while I pull the screen back down into the view for you. Which is the largest ocean? It asks these randomly. You may get, because I've only got 6 questions on here, you may get the same questions, but they shouldn't come in the same order. So I'll put Atlantic in here. Atlantic. Highest mountain. Well, we'll put Everest. Man's best friend. We'll put the dog in. Should really put a woman, but never mind. Okay, so there you go. It tells you that you've got 2 right. So we come off that now. As I said, this is the program. It's listed on the site. So if you want to see the program in full rather than just on this video, please visit the site. I'll put the link to the site in the description. What I'm going to do now is minimize that and show you how the arrays work. Okay, this is going to take a little bit of explaining, so bear with me. This here represents our $A array, which is 5 by 6. Now, if you need to have more questions, which obviously you will do, 6 questions is nearly enough on a quiz, you could have that going up to 1,000 or whatever you want. Okay, this would probably stay the same if you wanted 4 alternatives. I can't put the questions in here because you wouldn't see the writing. If I had to type it that small, you wouldn't see it. So what I've done is I've put question 1, which are the questions that you've just seen printed out on the screen in the computer. Instead of Q1, this area, which is $1, would store, what is man's best friend or whatever the question was. $1, 2 would store the second question. $1, 3 the third question, so on and so forth, all the way up to 1,000 or whatever you want to program your computer for. Now, these ones, again, I can't put the answer in, so I've put FA for false, CA for correct answer. Now, if you look down this table, you'll see that every column only has 1 CA in it. In this case, it's in $3, so 3, 1 is the correct answer. In this case, 4, 2 is the correct answer. In this case, 2, 3 is the correct answer. You can jumble them about and each one has a correct answer. The rest are false answers. Okay. We need to know where the correct answers are, so therefore we have a numerical array A, which is up here, and in this array, which is the same length as what you set $A to, so if you set $A to 1,000 in length, then you will need numerical array A to 1,000 in length. And what array A does, when you put an answer in to a question, it will check to see whether the answer you've typed in is the same as the answer in this case, $3, 1. So it tells it that it's positioned, it's row 3, column 1. So it tells the computer that, and when you put the answer into question 2, it will check to see if the answer is the same as in $4, so on and so forth. Okay, so do you get that? And when it goes to question 3, it will check to see if the answer you've input is the same as the answer in here. Bear in mind that FA is a false answer. It could be yellow, green, red, blue. Correct could be dog. Whatever you might have in there's the correct answer. Whatever the correct answer is, it's in there. So that's your array. That's basically how it works, but remember that when you're doing your own, it will be on a much bigger scale. I've kept it small so you can see how it actually works. And we have the answers in there so the computer can check it knows exactly what position that the correct answer is in. Now, you're looking at this one, this is blank, this is numerical array F. This is what I use as a flag reference, so that let's say that the random question generated was question 3. It asks you question 3, and then what it immediately does from there, once it's asked question 3, it goes into question 3 and it stores a 1 in there, so that we know that if that question comes around again, it generates a random number of 3 again. It checks numerical array F and it says, we've asked that question, so we'll have to go back and pick another random number. So it goes back and picks another random number, and this time it may well be 5, so it puts a 1 in there too. So in other words, on the third pass it may come up and it may pick up a 3, and it may say, we've already asked 3, so we'll have to go back and pick another number, and then it may generate a 5 again. So it comes back, it checks there, we've picked 5, I'll have to go back and generate another number, and it generates a 1 until it's got a space that it can go in. That means that question hasn't been asked. That's why we've got this F here, which I represent like a flag. So it's showing us that it's flagging up that that question has been asked. Okay, so hopefully you've got that. You can actually modify this program and do some basic error checking in. You could ask for the user's name or the player's name. You could print the name out. You could actually random the output of the questions. I've just basically gone the questions in order 1 to 6, or well, randomized them out, but the answers, I should say, rather, the answers I've just put them in the same order. So in other words, $2, and then 3, then 4, then 5, and all it's done is it's printed those out. So as you can see here, for C equals 2 to 5, not 1 to 5, because 1 in array $, is the question. We don't want the question printed out, so the answers only occur in $2 to 5. So I'm just printing them out here, but in this section here, 150 through to 170, you could, if you wished, have another random number and you could mix the answers up so it's printing them in a random order. Again, you'd have to have another flag in order to tell you that you'd already printed that particular answer out, but it could be done, and you've got the basics of that in the past lessons if you've been following these lessons all the way through. With that said, guys, I think that's about it for this one. Keep tuned, keep looking in, hit that subscribe button, and if you like, please rate and favourite my videos. Please pop along to the site. As I said, the site link will be in the description, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.